How's it, everyone? My name is Grant Abbott. I'm a 31-year-old white South African, and I live in the really beautiful coastal town of Port Elizabeth. I thought I would start a video blog sharing some of my thoughts and feelings on particular issues, particularly political, that are South African as well as African in nature. I've decided that I don't want to be one of those South Africans anymore that would sit on the couch and be able to solve the problems of the country around a braai or over a rugby match. I think you know the type that I'm talking about, people who would just spend hours discussing the problems of the country but end up doing nothing about it. They know how to solve it, but they don't want to do anything about it. So I'm not one of those people. I'm also not someone who's chosen to affiliate himself yet with any political party. And I say yet because with the way South African politics goes, you have to be associated with a political party to be involved in the political arena. Mahatma Gandhi had a great saying. He said, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." And that essentially is my philosophy and my saying and my I guess the thing that will move me throughout my life, but particularly in this area of politics and South African politics. I don't want to be someone who, like I said, just solves everything on the couch, but I want to be someone with a solution, and I want to be someone who can make a solution, who can be part of the solution and not just talk about the problems all the time. So yeah, at some point, probably within the next short space of time, I will choose to affiliate myself with a particular political party. I haven't decided what that's going to be. The ANC, obviously, ruling party, get in there, try and be change in the ruling party, or do it from the opposition bench. Also an option to go. I am a strong supporter of democracy, and I don't believe that a single party should have the majority. Between 60 and 70% for one party to win an election is a bit much. So to support democracy may go opposition, but you never know. Yeah, so I thought I would start it off with I've just finished reading Thabo Mbeki's book, A Dream Deferred. Interesting book, not as inspiring as The Long Walk to Freedom. But it got me thinking about a particular issue, and it's not an issue that's affecting South Africa so much as Africa on the whole, is that he talks in his book about wanting an African solution, that Africa must be the answer to its own problems, I guess. An African agenda, African solution. And the whole ethos and the whole theory around why he wants that is he says that there's this concept in the West that Africa is unable to govern itself. Africans cannot lead themselves. And I understand where it comes from. So the concept that he has is a good one. That I do believe Africa needs to become a continent that can solve its own problems and not live off of US and UN aid the whole time, and UK aid. But then I read things over the last 2 weeks about the Ivory Coast story, where the president, Laurent, what is his name? Laurent Gbagbo, the president there, lost the election. It was declared by the Independent Electoral Commission that the opposition guy had actually won. But he's still in power, and he's remaining in power, and he's choosing to defy the international community. And I'm thinking, what is it with African leaders who are unable to accept the outcome of a democratic election? This is the will of the people. This is the will of the people of his country. They don't want him as president, and yet he stays there. What is it with Africa? And I say that because we have so many cases like that. Zimbabwe, we have a government of national unity sorry, not a government of national unity, that was South Africa, the global peace agreement, where Robert Mugabe wouldn't leave after losing an election, and they had to come to some kind of agreement. That's crazy. Same thing in Kenya, and other countries where democracy, where there hasn't been elections for years and years and years and decades. Whether democracy is the right solution for Africa is a whole other debate all on its own. But if you're going to be a country and you're going to be a president that says we're going to have elections every 5 years, or we're going to hold elections like the Ivory Coast president has done now, and then not accept its outcome, then it's like saying it's a free and fair election and you can vote for whoever you want as long as you're going to vote for me. That's ridiculous. And so situations like that go to prove every concept that the West has had, that Africans are unable to freely and fairly govern themselves. Do I believe the statement? This is what I believe. I believe that any political system can work. I believe any government system can work, be it democracy, be it a royalty thing, be it communism. I think they can all work because it depends on the people who are running the country, and it depends on their integrity. Democracy can be as much of a stuff-up as communism could be. And we see that within Africa because we have countries like Ivory Coast, Kenya, and Zimbabwe who claim to be all democratic. And we see such devastation in these countries. So I believe government systems and political systems have less to do with the structure and the framework in which they operate, and more to do with the actual incumbent, and more to do with the actual president and his administration, and the people in charge. I think it has to do with the integrity of the leaders, and we need to become, for Africa, an African solution is there needs to come a people who are a people of integrity, leaders who actually serve not for their own gain and for their own will and their own pockets, but lead because they actually love their country. I'm a white South African living in a country where we have many problems, and a lot has been said that actually there's no future for whites in South Africa. I'm here, and I haven't moved, and I haven't given any major thought to leaving the country, because I actually believe in this country and I believe in its future, and I want to be able to say that I at the very least put my hand to try change it, rather than just get up and leave with the other millions of people of my race. So anyway, that's my first blog, that's my first rant. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. I will get out another one shortly, thoughts and ideas of 2010. But right, there we go. Peace out, guys.